The University of Delaware men's soccer team is back home after tying the College of Charleston in South Carolina. They have a few days of practice before taking to the road again to face Drexel in Philadelphia for a rematch of last season's CAA conference semifinal.
It's always a difficult game for us, and the surroundings in there can make it difficult to turf and downtown Philly. But hopefully we'll take that game for what it's worth when it comes and come away with a victory this year.
Their loss to Drexel in the conference semifinals last year left the Blue Hens perplexed. They were able to move on to the NCAA tournament, but with the game on the line, could not put the ball in the net.
We lost to St. John's in overtime to a goal we didn't think should have stand, and we feel like we should have gone through on the run of play. So we feel like we've got something to prove. Yeah, I think the fact that we know we're good enough to be there, and we put in so much work, pre-season, off-season, and we put in so much work that we deserve to be there. And we feel like we've worked hard enough, and we're a good enough team.
With many players returning to the team from last year, the Blue Hens started their 2014 campaign strong and ranked as high as 11th in the nation. They have since parted ways with the rankings after two tough losses to CAA opponents.
The most important thing now is getting back to the playoffs, and this will be, I think, the 5th time in 6 years we'll be in the playoffs. And in a league, the last 4 years the CAA has produced 12 NCAA teams. So it's a very competitive league, so getting back to the tournament to give ourselves a chance in the postseason is our priority right now.
The Blue Hens have failed to come away with a victory in each of their last 2 matches. The team has been hampered by injuries throughout the season, but head coach Ian Hennessy said that is simply something they have to fight through.
But look, I've always said this is an opportunity for somebody else, and this is a test. And we're not alone in this. Every university, college team, whatever sport, faces this adversity over the course of a season. We just have to deal with it and move on, no excuses.
The Blue Hens hope that the balls will bounce their way in the final 2 games of the regular season. Otherwise, they risk losing home field advantage and falling out of tournament contention. All this with the goal of returning to the NCAA tournament, where they fell short in the first round last season. Sam Schwartz, 49 News. This unique multimedia team is tasked with covering the journeys of a variety of sports at the university.
The multimedia department here at University of Delaware Athletics is responsible for shooting and producing live video streams for all of our home games, as well as highlights and highly edited video features that we do across the 21 sports that we have. We travel to any NCAA or CAA championship games that we need to. We'll also go to some of the away games, such as football and basketball.
Video production and editing drive the success of multimedia and give fans a true behind-the-scenes look of athletics at the university.
The video production is the biggest portion of what we do. That's live events, post-game coverage, features about student-athletes. We use all of those entities to help tell a story, but the video is probably the biggest part. That's the part that's been really successful, and I think a lot of people have enjoyed.
What we do makes our whole department a community, because they get to see, an inside look at what these players go through every day. And I think not only do we create content that's really well produced, but it's also really interesting, and I think that generates a lot of interest in the program.
As one of the top student-run teams in the conference, the multimedia department at the University of Delaware gives fans the opportunity to interact with coaches and players across all sports on the varsity level.
We want to make a better fan experience. We want somebody, we don't directly make money as a department. We make a better fan who's more likely to buy tickets, more likely to make a donation to the department.
Along with showcasing athletes, the live streaming is one of the most influential attributes of the multimedia department.
It's a critical piece of what we do. It's critical in recruiting. When coaches are sitting with parents and talking to them, and they live in California or they live in Texas, they want to be able to tell them they're going to be able to watch their son or daughter online for currently right now even for free, which is a benefit a lot of places don't offer. So it certainly provides a recruiting tool in that regard. Again, it allows the alum who's in New York that can't get to the soccer game on Friday night at 7, but he can tune in and watch, and then maybe he's so energized by it he decides to drive down for Sunday's game.
Building a fan base and strengthening recruiting are just some of the benefits provided by the young and expanding multimedia department of athletics at the University of Delaware. For 49 News, I'm Sam Schwartz.
Part of being safe on campus is just like feeling secure, because otherwise people will like try and take some like shortcut back way, which is really not the safest way. So if you're like, I got my app, I can just go home, you're probably safer. They have the like blue lights all around campus, and for the most part I know where they are, but they're kind of far between. Like, sure, you can see one from everywhere on campus, but if it's actually in your pocket, that's better. Anything that makes people feel more secure on campus is a good thing.